So welcome back to our series dedicated to solving CodeWars kata, and in this video we will be solving a level 6 kata called Basics 08, find next higher number with the same number of bits. And so everybody knows when you convert a number into binary, you have zeros and ones, which indicate what the number actually equals in base 10. And so we're basically going to be hoping to take an inputted value and then find the next highest value, next highest integer value that has the same number of ones in it when it's converted to binary. And so as an example here, you can see in this third case, this is probably the easiest case to understand. The input is 1, which in binary is equal to just 1 or 0, 1. You know, the 0 at the beginning doesn't really matter. And then the output, which is the next highest integer with 1, 1 in it, is 1, 0. And so here you can see maybe a bit more complex of a example is 127 is the input. It just has 7 ones in it. And then the output is 191. Which is the next highest integer, which has 1, 0, and then 6 ones, which is the same number of ones, 7. And it's the next highest number that satisfies that case. And so what we're going to be basically doing here is figuring out what our initial number of ones is. So first we're going to convert our value to binary. So bin num1 is going to use bin of value, and binary parentheses is just a built-in Python function, and then whatever number you put in the middle will be converted to binary. So that is a built-in Python function. And then we're going to be using .count of ones. So let's call this number of ones 1 equals bin num1 .count. And we're going to be counting up our number of ones here. And so this is our initial number of ones in our binary representation of our number that we want to be comparing to. And so we're going to be using a while loop. And so while value, you know, there's a variety of things we could do here. We could say while value is greater than 0. And because, you know, this kata gives us that there's no bad cases or special tricks, we know that, you know, there's going to be a solution. Otherwise, this while loop could run on forever. But just to be a little safer, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to say the max is value times 2 plus 1. And that's because, you know, kind of the edge case here that we're taking care of is, you know, like the case where there's 1, 0, 0. And so this represents 4 in base 10. So we're going to be incrementing up to 4, or incrementing higher than 4, finding the next case where, you know, we have just 1, 1. And so that number is actually going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, which is going to be 8. And so that's the next highest number. And so we're basically making sure that when we do while max is less than, or while value is less than max, we're going to be making sure that we go all the way up to this case when we're given just 1, 1. And so this is another way to do the while loop. And so in this while loop, we're going to be kind of doing the same thing. So bin num2 equals bin value. You know, we can say bin value because we're going to be having a different value than this original value. And so bin value, and again, we have to convert it into the number of ones. So number of ones 2 equals bin num2 .count of the ones. And now we just have to convert the 2. So if number of ones 1 equals for comparison, number of ones 2, we want to return our value. Let's go ahead and test that. Awesome, we passed all those. Let's go ahead and attempt it. Cool, we passed all those as well. And so before we actually move on, I'm just going to show you how you can, if you want, you can kind of clean this up a bit. You know, you can actually turn these two lines, because we're sort of like declaring a variable ahead of it and then using that variable again. You know, in both of these cases, we can sort of convert or combine the two if you want to. So instead of that, we can just say number of ones 1 equals binary of our value .count of our 1. And so this should basically do the same thing. And it might be a little bit harder to understand, but if you want, this is definitely one way you could kind of shorten your code up a bit, make it look a bit cleaner. although a bit more confusing as well. So we're just going to do the same thing here as well. And just to show you that this method works, of course we're going to get an error because we didn't do a t in our count. But besides that, this report is fine. As you can see there, we passed all those tests and all these as well. So yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you do have any comments or any other solution ideas, please feel free to comment those down below. Thanks, bye.